The Civil War in America was a time of much suffering and bloodshed. The North and South had fought a brutal war over issues that would remain unsettled well into the 29th century. Once the fighting was over, Americans found that they were fairly bored with the lack of overt, brotherly violence. This left America as a country full of violent idiots, with no healthy outlet for their urges. While many were contented with baseball, square dancing, and cousin fucks, still others saw these pastimes as being too full of mathematics and rules. It was then that wrestling emerged as a form of entertainment that could readily be found at carnivals and other traveling acts. Most of the competitors were college wrestlers, looking to make a quick buck, and the fights were legitimate. Eventually, pro wrestling grew into a popular social event capable of filling stadiums. And by the turn of the century, it was easily as popular as boxing and baseball. During this boom era, quietly amongst themselves, the wrestlers began to make informal agreements as to the outcome of matches. This allowed wrestlers to avoid injury, increase appearances, and, therefore, maximize their earning potential. Frank Gotch and Martin Burns emerged as the main draws of the day. Soon, however, boxing promoters, whose sport had not yet been exposed as fake, became jealous of the box office success of wrestling and slyly exposed that it was on the fix. This, combined with the ill-timed retirement of Gotch, would lead to a decline in fan support and popularity. Business continued to struggle until the 1920s, when three men, who would come to be known as the Gold Dust Trio, emerged to shape the future of wrestling. Ed Lewis, Billy Sando, and Toots Mondt figured that since wrestling was a work, why not make it more dramatic and interesting? They revolutionized the business by introducing time limits, disqualifications, signature holds, cheating tactics, referee tomfoolery, and tag team wrestling, amongst other innovations. The Gold Dust Trio's most innovative accomplishment, however, was likely the start of promotions. Unlike in the past, when wrestling cards were comprised of talent hired from all over, the trio hired a permanent stable of wrestlers for extended periods of time. By retaining the same group of wrestlers, fans could become familiar with their product. This helped the trio to build and grow a new fan base. Wherever their promotion went, they could advertise their familiar wrestlers in advance.